in a few minutes. Just a minute. So it is an applied science, in the sense which have certain rules and regulations. They have some kind of structure. And it is humanistic and optimistic. So here humanistic is nothing but they'll study the behavior of the human beings, their beliefs, their values, their needs will be studied. And here OB also thinks that employees are efficient enough, not like classical theory. They will work for the they have enough amount of knowledge for the development of the organization, and they are dynamic and they're ready to change themselves for the development of the organization. So here it thinks that employees are efficient, employees have good knowledge, they are very much creative and productive, but how the company need to behave with the employees so that they can extract all these things to the maximum extent from the employees. That is what is being studied in the organization behavior. So OB is oriented towards organizational objectives. So definitely to achieve the organizational objectives, it will study the behavior of the individuals, and it will make the employees in such a way that they should achieve the goals of the organization. And OB is a total systems approach. So systems approach here talks about organization as a whole, department as a whole, group as a whole, in the sense so everybody it will treat as a whole. So each and individual person as a whole, the organization behavior has to study, because every individual person contributes for the development of the organization. So they have to study each and every individual's behavior in the organization, and they have to motivate them towards the achievement of the goals of the organization. So it has got, as I said just before, there are different other subjects also which will help in case in organization behavior, like psychology, sociology, socio-psychology, and anthropology, like all these things. And it also studies that how best we have to motivate the people so that their own objectives will be achieved. That is, the individual objectives, individual goals will be achieved, as well as organization goals also will be achieved, because every individual in the organization, or if you think from an individual point of view, they'll have their own goals, and organization goals also will be there. So usually they contradict with each other. So here OB has to bring a balance, that is the top level management has to bring a balance between the goals of the individual and organization goals. And they try to, if they try to satisfy the individual goals, definitely that satisfied individual person will contribute for the achievement of the goals of the organization. So it studies the behavior of the individual at 3 levels. Individual person, in the sense, as an individual, what is he? It's like intrapersonal study about an individual person. What is he? What is his personality? What are his motives and all? And group behavior, in the sense, individual person in a particular group, how he is behaving with the others. That is the behavior of one person with the other person. And organization as a whole. So at 3 levels, the behavior will be studied. So overall, human beings will be there. Definitely, they have to study at different levels of the organization, the behavior of the individual person. So here comes the importance of individual. OB provides a roadmap to our lives in the organization. So definitely, when the organization studies the behavior of an individual, it has to match up the goals of the individual with the goals of the organization. So it helps the people to achieve their end goals along with achieving the goals of the organization. And it uses scientific research to help us understand and predict the organizational life. OB influences organizational events. So in the sense, in different situations, how individual person behaves. So to achieve or to complete that particular event, how an individual should be motivated to complete that particular work. So in that context, OB studies in different situations how individual behaves. Then accordingly, the management has to modify the behavior of the individual or motivate them towards the achievement of the events. OB helps an individual to understand himself, herself, and others better. So organization behavior itself studies individual, he himself is what I am. I'm an angry person, I'm a hardworking person, or I'm a smart person, or I'm a person who escapes from the work. And how I will get motivated? I may get motivated with good, what do you call, colleagues or good environment, or else I may be motivated with good pay. Some people may they won't be bothered about who is working with us and what is the environment in the organization. If they are paid well, definitely they will work. Hard like that. So here they have to study what a kind. Here OB studies what a kind of person is he and how he will get motivates. Then according to his mentality, he'll be motivated towards the achievement of the organization. OB help the manager to understand the basis of motivation. I told you now, when we study about a particular individual person in the organization, will by knowing his mentality, his personality and all, we will find out what is the way to motivate that particular person. And when he will get motivated, definitely he'll achieve the goals of the organization. So this this OB will be useful in the marketing department, where uh, marketing department, like consumer behavior will be studied. Some people will get motivated for offers, some people will get motivated for quality, some people will get motivated for discounts, some people will get motivated for brands. In the sense, they'll purchase the product, their behavior towards the buying of the product. So here, in different departments, OB will be helpful. Even in case of human resource management, that is HR department, they will for the purpose of performance evaluation, one factor may be the behavior of the employee towards his work will be studied. So a manager has to have good people skills, that is to understand the employees needs, requirement and motives, and accordingly make efforts to what you call motivate that particular person to achieve the goals of the organization. So this is the importance of organization behavior. So contributing discipline to the OB, as just now I told you, there are different disciplines which also contribute for organization behavior. Psychology. Psychology means that what is a person? What is a person is he? Is he a introvert or extrovert, or is he a smart person, hardworking person? What kind of person is he? So that is what is being studied. So when we know the personality of a particular person, definitely what do you call manager will work in such a way, he will motivate the he'll find out different ways to motivate the employees. So there are certain aspects of organization behavior like personality, perception, attitudes, and motivational. These are the topics which are studied in organization behavior. This psychology will help in studying of all these things. That is, the personality of the person will have an impact on how he behave towards a particular situation or towards a particular person or with other persons. And perception is nothing but your opinion, beliefs, and your thoughts, your values will reflect in the form of a what do you call in understanding a particular person. For example, if I'm a traditional person, I may not like a modern person. If I'm a modern person, I may not like a traditional person, because my perception is like that. I have grown up in that particular environment. So like that, my traditions, my culture, my values, ethics, all these things will make me to perceive a particular event or object or a particular situation in a particular way. Yes, mute ma. Somebody is talking. Mic is on. This psychology will help in understanding certain topics of organization behavior like personality, perception, attitude, learning. These are the things which we'll study in organization behavior. So we usually see psychologists in the organizations also. Like these days, they are conducting stress management programs. They are conducting different activities so that people who are having a lot of stress, they'll what do you call they'll come out from that particular stress for some particular period of time. Then when they go back to organization, go with a fresh mind.
వస్తుంది అని చెప్తుంటే నాకు అసలు ఉండాలనిపిస్తుంది, బోర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది.
Soumya, please mute ma. We have very less time. In that less time, if I talk to others na, again we'll miss out topics.
Yeah, madam. Soumya madam disturbing.
Yeah. She has muted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the organizations also, we are seeing that psychologists are visiting and they are taking some sessions so that the stress will come out from the people for certain period of time. That is the reason why in corporate, if we see that they have different programs in the weekends, get-togethers, they go for outing, and they'll have different motivational speeches. Even we see in the YouTubes many speakers are invited to different even school colleges also. If you are observing like Krishna Chaitanya, one of the YouTuber, he is also aptitude teacher. So he goes to different colleges and he gives motivational speech to the students at the time of exams. So like that in the organizations also, they they have certain workshops or seminars wherein they come out, they try to make the employees to come out from the work pressure for some time, and they go to the work with a fresh mind. So something like that, psychology is also contributing for organizational behavior. And in the schools also, this is the intermediate examinations time now, so we have seen students are committing suicide. So government has taken a decision that counselors should be sent to schools and intermediate colleges so that they can counsel them and they can come out from that pressure of examination. So this is all a practice in the psychology. So in that way, in organizations also, psychologists they will play some role in motivating the employees to come out from their stress. So in that way, organization behavior has a link with the psychology also, which studies the intrapersonal behavior of an individual, like personality, perceptions, learning, attitude. So all these topics we study in organization behavior. So for that, psychology will be helpful. The next subject is next discipline is sociology. So sociology studies about the group behavior. So as an individual person, what is your behavior? It is like behavior of people in relation of their fellow human beings. So with their fellow human beings, how an individual person behaves. So in an organization, it is like a study of interpersonal relationships. When you are in a team, how do you behave with your fellow employees, your colleagues? That also will have major impact on the work, because if the work environment, or if our colleagues are not mingling with us, we might find it difficult to work with them. You may not be happy. So at times now, somebody try to spoil the work which we do, or if we are working hard, they try to peep into our things and try to bring a negative impression about us in the views of our manager. So some politics will play take place in the organization. So that is what is being studied in sociology. So organization behavioral topics like communication, group dynamics, formation of groups, formal groups, informal groups. So these are related to number of people and their interpersonal relationship between them. So these are the things which happen in the organization behavior. And sociology also helps to study the interpersonal relationship among the people. So in that way, OB has a link with the sociology also. In the sense, sociology helps to study the interpersonal relationships in the organization, wherein in the OB we will study organization group formation, then group cohesiveness we study, then leadership we will study, then we study communication. So in all these aspects, one person will have link with another person. And they talk and they discuss, they'll have interaction with other person. So in that way, sociology will help the organization behavior. Then another discipline is social psychology. So social psychology talks about the impact of one person behavior on the another person. So it takes the inputs from psychology as well as it takes the inputs from sociology also. So the combination of these two is being studied in social psychology. So then anthropology. So anthropology specifically talks about human beings, their in the sense as time passes on, how people changed, how human beings have been changed, how their living style has been changed. Then what cultural changes have been come. So all these things will be studied in anthropology. So anthropology is also contributes for organization behavior. Something like if we take if different organizations have got their own culture, like some organizations specifically concentrates on profit maximization only. So they say that you work hard, we'll give rewards, you give the work which we want. They they don't have much human relationship with the employees. But there are certain organizations which concentrates on employees welfare. Then they introduce health insurance, then they go for the free education for their children, then they build the what should I say, colonies, that is organization colonies for their employees, and social development. So in the sense, some organization not only concentrates on earning profits, it is also into social welfare as well as employee benefit. Like if you take Tatas and all, they are more concentrating on giving employability and employee satisfaction. Then they concentrate on social development, so contributing something to the society. So they have that particular culture. So if that the culture of the organization also will have an impact on how a particular individual or employee behaves in that particular organization. So in that way, the anthropology also contributes towards organizational behavior. Then political science talks about the behavior of an individual in a political environment. So something like certain topics are there in organization behavior, like authority, power, politics, how power should be allocated among the employees. So some certain topics are there. So this political science also will help the organization behavior in studying the human behavior in the organization. Like that, economics is also there. Economics talks about specifically individual behavior towards buying behavior, individual buying behavior when demand, based on demand and supply. So it is also somewhere studying the behavior of a individual person. So like that, different disciplines contribute for the organizational behavior. This may come for your annual exams. So this is all about sociology, psychology, political science and all. Then we have one more topic, like approaches to study organizational behavior. So there are I don't have slides for these things. I'll explain you. So there are two approaches. One is human resource approach, and another one is contingency approach. So human resource approach means studying the behavior of an individual from the point of view of human beings. So it is more or less considered as a supportive approach, like management or the managers, they have to behave in a supportive manner with the employees, so that the people get motivated and they feel that if I'm friendly with my students or my employees, what will happen? They come out with their problems. If possible, I'll solve that particular problem, or the managers try to solve that particular problem or console that particular person. So what happens when we work in a supportive way with the employees, when we behave in a supportive way with the employees, they'll get motivated. They don't feel that they are being dominated by their superior. So they get motivated and they try to contribute more for the organization development. So here, instead of concentrating on production orientation in this human resources approach, they're concentrating on people oriented. In the sense, organizations should run in a people oriented way, where employees will be given importance, their feelings, their expectations, their requirements will be considered by the management. And if they try to satisfy some of them, the employees will get motivated and they try to achieve the goals of the organization. So this is one approach to the study of OB. And contingency approach is another approach. This says that the organization or the behavior of the individual, one kind of behavior in one situation may solve the problem, and same kind of behavior of an individual may not solve the problem which when it comes again, because based on the situation the behavior has to be changed. Otherwise we may not find the solution for the organization, because same kind of behavior may not work out in all the situations. So here the manager has to study in which situation, at which time, which kind of behavior should be followed, so that they can make the employees to achieve the goals of the organization. So here the manager has to study in which situation, at which time employees behavior should be motivated, so that they will achieve the goals of the organization. So this contingency approach says that based on the situation, the behavior of the individual will change. So we need to find out in which situation, which kind of behavior will be helpful, because all the time same kind of behavior will not help. For example, if one employee is there who will not listen to anything unless and until we are strict and serious. So he's like a smart guy. He or she tries to escape from the situation. So with that particular person, we should be harsh and we should be very serious. And another person is there who will be normal person, is little sensitive person. So if we behave in the same way with another person also, he may get hurt, he or she may get hurt, and they may feel bad that he is ill-treating me, he is very strict towards me, I cannot work in this particular environment. That may have an impact on his or her work in the organization. So depends on the situation, we have to behave, and depends on the people also, we have to, in the sense the manager has to behave differently. Then another approach is productivity approach. So productivity approach generally measured in terms of economic inputs and outputs, that is the ratio between inputs and outputs. So like here the manager has to study in what way the employee should be motivated, so that I can extract maximum, or I can efficiently utilize the resources of individual. So here they have to study to utilize productively the resources of human beings or human resources, how they have to behave with the employees. Then coming to other model is systems approach. So here systems approach towards the organization behavior says that organization should be seen as a whole. So departmental manager should not see that this is my department, these are the goals which are given to me, I will concentrate on these particular aspects only. It's not right. Every departmental manager has to concentrate on other departments also. So he has to study each and every employee in the organization, because every employee's contribution will help for the development of the organization. So this systems approach towards organization behavior studies organization as a whole, individual person as a whole, group as a whole. So everywhere, at every step, every level of the organization, every individual's behavior has to be studied, and he will be motivated. And in the sense, the management has to react in such a way that the employee should get motivated and achieve the goals of the organization. So here we have uh, 4 approaches towards organization behavior. One is human resource approach, a contingency approach, productivity approach, systems approach. So this is about human behavior. And next one is models of human behavior. That is what kind of organizations are there in the organization, what type of organizations are there and how they behave with the people. Yeah, hope you are seeing this particular one. There are 5 models of organization behavior. One is autocratic model, custodial model, supportive model, collegial model, system model. So,
ma'am, please share the screen, ma'am. We could not see.
can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, coming to autocratic model. So autocratic model is nothing but here management will always think that I am paying money, so I have to extract work from the employees. They won't check out the feelings and opinions of the employees. So it's like mechanism, machine type of work that they don't give importance to the employees. They simply think that I'm giving work to you, I'm giving salary to you, you have to give my work. So they specifically concentrates on employees' abilities, and whoever is better, they will take that particular work and from that particular person, and they'll try to complete that particular work. That's it. They won't concentrate anything about the feelings or opinions or requirements of the individuals. So it's like controlling the employees. I am the boss, you are subordinate, whatever I say, you have to do your work. So the autocratic model is also detractor to job satisfaction for the employees. Like at times now, employees may not get satisfied with the behavior of the management, that they are not understanding our feelings, and they are not try to behave in a good manner with us. So that leads to low efficiency of the employees. That hurts a lot when you dictate everyone irrespective of situation and all. Na, it's like you are a slave and you are working under them. So slaves, how they feel, they are coming, they are paid, they are working, so they don't use their brain, they don't use their innovative methods, they don't put efforts to achieve the goals of the organization. So in this kind of model na, they don't give they don't study the behavior of the individual. They think that I'm a boss, you are a employee, whatever I am giving, you have to work just like that. So that will have an impact on the efficiency of the employees. Then coming to the custodial model. So this model is based around the concept of providing the economic security for the employees. So this is like motivating the employees by giving incentives like salaries, bonus, then some rewards, something like that. They will give the employees, and they try to motivate the employees. So in the sense, they find that only these financial factors will have more impact on the behavior of the employees towards the achievement of the goal. So if they are being given good salary, good incentives, they will get motivated and they will work hard for the development of the organizations. So people may not only consider monetary factors, but there are also other factors which will have an influence on the behavior of the employees. If the environment of the organization is not good, if people are not behaving good with you, though you will be given 1 lakh rupees, people might not find to stay in that particular organization and work with them. So that aspect also will be there. But here they feel that financial factors, financial aspects only will motivate the employees towards the achievement of the goals. So here they give a good amount of salaries, rewards, and bonus, and all these things they will be given, so that people get motivated and they work for the organization. So they try to retain the employees by giving these incentives to the employees. So may not get satisfied people who think about good environment, good colleagues and all, they may not be satisfied, and their efficiency may come down, and they may give very less amount of what should I say, output. Just a minute. Now coming to the next model, supportive model. So supportive model is nothing but considering the requirements of the organization, employees. It's like studying the human behavior, understanding their feelings, their expectations, their requirement, and being friendly with the employees, so that they feel that, okay, this is my organization, these are my people, so I will contribute for the betterment of the organization. So this is quite opposite to the autocratic model, wherein which talks about specifically superior and subordinate. But here the manager will not be like an autocratic way. He'll behave in a supportive way, rather than scolding or punishing them to do the work. Here they will suggest them, they will guide them. If slow learners are there, they motivate them, they help them in accomplishing the work. So in that way, it will motivate, and it will bring a kind of concern towards the organization in the hearts of the employees. In the sense, their morale will be boosted, and they try to work more for the organization development through this particular supportive model. Then collegial model. So collegial model is based around the teamwork, in the sense group of people, they have to work together. So the overall environment and corporate culture need to be aligned to this particular model. So usually in corporates, we see this kind of model only, like a combination of people will be there, in the sense teams will be there. Departmental manager has to understand the feelings and expectations of the employees, and accordingly, based on the individual behavior in that particular group, they have to treat that particular person. So he or she should not, team leader should not have same kind of behavior with the employees, because somebody will be soft, somebody will be sharp, some people will be slow learners, some people will be very smart to escape the work. So based on their individual personality and attributes, the manager has to deal differently with different people, and they'll be motivated, and they should achieve the goals of the organization. So these are the models, various models. Another one is system model. So this is the most contemporary model of 5 models discussed in this article. In this system model, the organizations looks like an overall structure and team environment, and considers that individuals have different goals, talents, and potentials. The intent of this system model is to try to balance the goals of individuals and organizations. So here, when the management tries to help the employees to achieve their individual goals, definitely a satisfied, or the individual who satisfies his goals, they'll get motivated to contribute for the development of the organization. So usually if employees have a goals like, I should be in a good position, I should have job security, I should get good amount of money, if they have this kind of expectations, and management tries to balance these expectations, or help the individual to achieve these expectations, or if the organization give a guarantee that, okay, you are a good employee, you are permanent employee. Based on your performance, we will give promotions and all. So if they give that particular confidence to the employees, definitely that satisfied employee or that happy employee, a person who is happy, definitely will contribute for the development of the organization. So this is all about various models of organization behavior. One is autocratic model, custodial model, supportive model, system model. Then coming to the other one, individual goals versus group goals. So as we all know, organization means combination of people in with a common objective. Just a minute. And we all know that individuals will have certain goals and organization will have certain goals, and individual try to satisfy their own personal goals and organize and keep aside the goals of the organization. So if they keep aside the goals of the organization, definitely organization will collapse, and it's not ethical also, because you are working for the organization. So you have to try to achieve the goals of the organization, but always there will be a conflict between the individual goals and organization goals. So here the management has to try to help the employees to achieve individual goals so that they will achieve the goals of the organization. So here the organization has to bring a balance, that is the management or top level management has to bring a balance between the individual goals and organization goals. So every level of the organization, they will have their own goals. So these goals have been classified into 3 levels. Like top level management will talk about or will frame the goals of the overall organization, like how in which position it should be in the market. From marketing, if at a marketing in a marketing department, what should be the goals, and for production department, what will be the goals, and for sales, what will be the goals, and for related to funds and fund generation, what are the goals and what are the objectives, and fund distribution, what are the objectives. Like for key areas of the organization, the top level management will frame certain goals. And coming to the middle level people, that is departmental managers, every department has got their own different goals. In the sense, organization goals will be classified and split into, sorry, not classification, they'll be split into small parts, and that will be given to different departments. So different departments internally, they will have their own goals. And at lower level also, lower level people, individual worker will have will be given a goal by the organization. In the sense that lower level managers, supervisors will give different objectives or different targets to the subordinates. So every level of the organization has been given they have their own separate goals. So here individual goals are given least important, that is at lower level they'll be given goals, but at every level of the organization, one individual will be given their own goal. So here individual goals or individual objectives are 2 types. One is performance objectives, that nothing but related to performance of the individual person, that my target is this, for this particular month I have to achieve this particular one, or if I work in this particular way, if I complete this particular work, I may be eligible for promotion. So like that, performance oriented objectives will be there, as well as personal objectives will be there. Personal objective is nothing but as an individual, what is your goal. So people try to give more importance to these personal objectives rather than giving to the performance objectives. So performance is somewhere related to the organizational goal. Personally is somewhere related to my individual goal. I want to be at top position in the organization, but for which I have to do a lot of work. I can't go to that particular higher level. So individual goals should be consistent with the organization goals. So organization, and when a comparison comes between organization and individual goals, definitely people have to give importance to the organization goals only. But the manager has to make the situation in such a way that individual goals can also be achieved in the process of achievement of organization goals. So what will happen? First, individual or employee also will get satisfied. Okay, my position is done. I have achieved this particular position, so I am satisfied. I'll work more for the organization. For example, we work in a college. My aim at that time was completing PhD. So and as an employee, as a teacher in the college, I have to take classes. I have to contribute my best to the students. I have to make them understand. I have to conduct tests. I have to solve their issues, and I have to solve their doubts and all. So if my objective is only to complete my PhD, there are two ways. I will obey the organizational, that is my college rules and regulations, or my college targets which have been given to me, like taking classes, coming on time, conducting exams, counseling the students, and solving their doubts and all, and even guiding the projects also. Along with that, I'll carry on my PhD, or else another one is I'll target as my target is completing my PhD, I'll leave aside all these classes, doubts, solving doubts and all these things. And I'll go for concentration on, I'll concentrate only on my PhD. So if you follow the second method of ignoring everything, that is organizational goals or institutional goals, and if I concentrate on my personal goals only, to what extent management will bear me? They will get a complaint from the students that this teacher is not going to the class, she's not teaching, she's not solving the problem, she's not guiding the projects. So I'll be fired out of the organization if I completely concentrate on my personal goals only. But if I achieve my goals along with achieving the goals of the organization, with the support of the management, even they have to give time for me also to do my PhD. At times we have to attend workshops, seminars and webinars. Now we get permission to go. That will help our PhD. So in that way, organization has to consider the goals of the individual and try to help in satisfying the goals of the individual. Then that motivated person or that satisfied employee will try to achieve the goals of the organization. So in that way, there should be a balance between the individual goals and organization goals. So there are two point of views, that is classical viewpoint, that is this viewpoint focuses more on the organizations and stresses on formal structure of jobs and work schedules to satisfy individual and organizational needs. So what they feel that we will give good incentives, good rewards, good salary to the employees. By that only, in the sense they have their own strict rules and regulations and a particular structure and schedule of work. So, and incentives also, with that only they have to achieve the goals of the organization. So, but not all the time people, as I said, they get motivated for money only. There are other things also which will motivate the people. One announcement, your next class starts at 11:30. Sir told me to inform you people. So please attend that particular class. So here this classical approach talks about particular structure, strict rules and regulations, and some work schedule will be given, and good incentives, salaries and bonus will be given so that people achieve the goals of the organization. But here another approach is called human relations approach, which talks about not concentrating on monetary aspects, but also there are certain feelings, opinions, expectations, requirements of the individual will be there in the organization. So if the manager concentrates on the feelings and expectations of the individual, then if he works in a friendly manner, motivates us, then we will be ready to achieve the goals of the organization. It's not only monetary aspect, but there are other humanistic aspects also which will have an impact on the behavior of an individual towards the achievement of the goals of the organization. So this human relations approach concentrates on people-oriented organization. That is, employees are human beings. They'll also have some requirements, expectations. They'll have some problems. If the manager behaves in a good manner or in a supportive way with the employees, they will achieve the goals of the organization. So human relations refers to this all same. So this is all about human relations approach, individual goals versus organization goals. So here the gist of this particular topic is that organization has to concentrate on individual goals also. If the manager helps the individual to achieve their goals, definitely that motivated person will achieve the goals of the organization, and the top level management has to bring a balance between the individual and organization goals. So they should not think that only I have recruited this person, he has to concentrate on my achievement of my goals only. It will not possible, because every individual will have their own personal goals. They want to achieve something. So coming to the next topic, that is power. So power is a ability of an individual to influence a particular person or influence certain aspect, what you call behavior of the individual. So power is the ability of a person to control the activity of a particular person or influencing the behavior of a particular person. It is basically an intrapersonal ability of a person to control the another person and make him to do the way in which he wants the other person to complete the work. So I'll go to that particular topic. Right. So it is the ability to influence people and the events, that is the situations and actions. This is applicable to different department, organization, individual, groups, country, every level. Power means at home also we will see power, that is my ability to control my family, and with my ability I'll try to make a person to do the work in a way in which I want. So it is like influencing of the behavior of others. So the basic characteristic should be to exercise the power, group of more than one person should be there. In the sense, a particular group will be there. So based on the number of members in the group, it will strengthen that much. So more than one person must be involved, and it is dynamic. So our power will be exercised on different people differently. Like I may scold my younger one, control my younger one with less power, and my elder one is very naughty. So I may use another power to control his behavior. So Max Weber expresses the power as it is ability to influence flows of the available resources towards certain goals as opposed to other goals. Power is assumed to be exercised only when these goals are at least partially in conflict with each other. So in the sense, I will influence a particular person to do the way, not in the way I want, not the way in which it should be done. So there are different sources of power, like internal sources are there and structural sources are there. So internal sources are the first one in the internal sources is number of people. So when the number of people in the group are more, the person who is exercises power will have more what you call confidence and strength. Then rewards, by giving rewards also you may influence the behavior of others. Like in the organization, you may tell that particular person that if you do overtime, now I'll give extra salary. He'll get motivated and he'll do the work, though it is not his work. Promotions also. And coercive power is nothing but by scoldings or by threatening them, by that removing them from their jobs or firing them from their jobs. By threatening, you may exercise that particular power and make the person to do the work. And legitimate power means it comes with the authority, it comes with the position. In the sense, based on the authority is a thing which comes in a formal way to a particular person. So it is a right of a particular person to exercise his authority on other person. But power is an interpersonal thing. A person who is having that particular power, he can only exercise that particular power on other. Even in authority also, power can be exercised by the superior and subordinate, but that authority has come with his position. If he comes out from that particular position, he cannot authoritate the subordinate. But power is there now. It is like informal thing which will have an impact on the others, irrespective of authority. If you have authority or if you don't have authority to control a particular person, if you are having power now, definitely you can control the person. So legitimate is nothing but it is from officially a person will get a power to be exercised on other person. So through a formal way, they will get that particular authority to exercise power. Then expert power, in the sense the power which a person gets with his knowledge, expert in a subject or expert in technical things, he will exercise the power. For example, a CA will have a good amount of knowledge on accounts and audit and all these things. So he can exercise power at that particular place. Or a person who is very good at computer software, he will exercise power over there. If somebody comes, they have to listen to that particular person. So here, this person is exercising his power based on his knowledge, his specialization about that particular topic. So in that way also, in the sense with the subject knowledge or talents and specializations, we can exercise power over others. Then the referent powers are nothing but based on the charismatic power of the person, or when we like somebody in his or her, whatever they say, we will listen and we will do accordingly. Sometimes we may, they may be like our teachers are there. With respect, whatever they tell now, we will do. So like that, when we like them now, we will do whatever they say. So that charismatic power is inherent to an individual person. So these are the various internal sources with which power can be exercised. Whereas structural sources are there. Structural sources are nothing but which comes formally. So knowledge as a power, as I said that if you are knowledge or if you are good at a particular thing, you can exercise your power at that particular field. Like auditor can exercise their power in case of accounts and dealing with the accounts and all. A computer software engineer, they can exercise their power in lab because it's his area. Then resources as a power, if a person has got the authority to distribute the resources, he'll have the power to distribute their resources to different departments. Like top level management has got all these powers to distribute resources among the people. So like that, this top level management, they can exercise power based on their resources. Then decision making power. So this talks about the ability of a person to decide the decision making or change the decision making of an individual. So this is all about power. Then coming to authority. So authority is a formal thing. Because of the position of a particular person, authority will be given. So there are different authorities, theories are there. Formal authority theory, that is theory of formal authority, nothing but because of the formal position, in a formal way, person will be given a right to exercise his authority over others. In the sense, in a formal way, through a proper channel, he will get the authority. Then acceptance theory of authority. Next one, acceptance theory of authority is nothing but when an individual accepts the authority of another person, then only that particular person will be having a authority. In the sense, I should accept the authority of the other person, then only that particular X person will be having the authority. It is said like that. Then the third one is the competence theory of authority. In the sense, as I said, knowledge, if the one subordinate will listen to the superior, considering his knowledge, education, qualification, his skills in a particular area. In the sense, I will be obedient, I will listen to my superior based on his knowledge, his technical knowledge, his subject knowledge, and all. So that is called as competence theory is nothing but here the top level manager should be competent with the subordinate. Then I'll feel that okay, he's having more knowledge than me now, so I will listen to him. So in that way, the authority can be exercised. So authority has got three theories. formal authority, acceptance theory of authority, and competence theory of authority. So with this, we have done with power, authority, individual goals versus organization goals, then organizational behavior and models of organization behavior. In the next class, we will discuss about personality perception and some other topics. So I'm closing the session. Please attend another session at 11:30, ma. Thank you.
Ma'am, one thought, please.